Hello and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. Today we're covering the Washington State Legislature and we're in the beautiful Capitol State Room. My guest today is Senator Jim Honeyford. He represents the 15th District. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
One of your big concerns this year in the legislature is the agency land purchases and the impacts it's having, particularly in our rural areas.
That's true. We have state agencies that are buying more and more land, and I'm particularly concerned about those counties that have 70% or more of their land in public ownership, and I've represented Skamania County in the past. That's 92, 93% in public ownership, and they're really having a difficult time financing their local governments. And in that county, I think it's 75% of the people drive outside the county every day to go to work. So there just aren't the jobs there. Look at Yakima County, I believe it's 72% in public ownership. Okanogan County is 70+%. And the state agency land purchases really have a financial impact on those communities, everything from the local coffee shop to the implement and fertilizer dealer and seed dealer, and that when you take those lands out of production agriculture. And so I'm trying to reduce that in the capital budget until we study what those impacts are and how we can best address them. And so I'm not saying no in the future to land purchases, but I'm saying let's look at what it is, and we can come back in future biennia or next year if necessary and look at those purchases, but let's get that study completed as to how that impacts your local government, how it impacts production agriculture, how it impacts water rights, and how these agencies are paying their property taxes, we call it PILT, payment in lieu of taxes. Those areas, how they maintain and operate their lands. There are a lot of criticism on certain agencies about lack of maintenance, lack of weed control, and some agencies buy land and they don't have the money to develop it. So hopefully we can address all those in that study.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes.
And then you're also working toward resolving some water issues in the Yakima Basin. That's
a huge issue right now. You have the Yakima Basin integrated plan, which is the goal is to be able to provide enough water so that in a drought year, those irrigation districts that would have to, the junior districts that are they are after the senior water rights owners, and so they're the first ones in a drought that have their water curtailed. The goal for this is to provide 70% of their normal water. The kicker of keeping everybody on board is that the Department of Ecology has to provide 214,000 acre-feet of water by June of 2025. And if they do that, then the land goes into a permanent community forest to be managed appropriately. And if it doesn't have that amount of water provided at that date, then DNR, Department of Natural Resources, can sell that land, put it in the school trust, sell it, develop it, do whatever to maximize the school trust revenues. And so that's the plan, to keep everybody on board and keep the whole plan moving. There's a lot of there is some pushback on the amount of the purchase and the fact that the purchase all at once. Some of the environmental community believe that we are deferring other of their priorities in order to purchase this, and but I believe they get a tremendous environmental benefit out of this, and so trying to keep it all on board. It's a huge amount of money, and it takes away probably from other parts of the capital budget, so that's still being worked on, but with the House.
All right, Senator Jim Honeyford, thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
Really appreciate you joining us.
Well,
and we thank you for watching. I'm Dana Cowley, and this is Charter Local Edition Northwest.